Hey guys, Denny, you could come maybe this way like a foot.
You really want me over here?
Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. So we got a little bit of a weird setup going here today because Denny, as always, is going to spend this video lacing, which I think is like your favorite thing to do these days.
Yes, I can think about life when I'm doing that.
You plan your next vacations?
Yeah.
You think about where you're going to go?
Now.
I bet you are.
I
am. Well,
Duh,
that's good.
right on time.
Who
That's what
is?
the chat's saying today. They're like, oh wow, right on time.
That's right. Tony even started our little fancy countdown screen on time so that he knew what time we would need to be here. So, funny story. You guys know that Tony has been struggling with, he tweaked his back on Monday. I was doing the dishes last night and I decided to also tweak my neck. So, movement is fun and words are difficult. So, I'm going to be attempting to make some more pillows today. I have, look at all my beautiful pillows that I made on Tuesday. For any of you that decided to come hang out with me on Twitch on Tuesday, I made 8 pillows and I am going to make some more today. I don't have any more pillow inserts because I'm getting to the point, well, I really like this size. This is my little like Walmart travel pillow size, and I think I'm going to go buy some more of these inserts. So I cut out a whole bunch of these for that. See, I told you words were hard for me today.
If you want me to, I'll go get those while you're...
Oh, you just run to Walmart? And that's okay. I think they'll understand the concept of the stuffed pillow. Right. But what I am going to do today that I didn't do on Tuesday is I'm going to put fringe in them. So I had Spencer and then Brandon cut me some fringe.
I think that's going to be neat.
Yeah, so I'm going to put some fringe on the side so that then they're fringy pillows. Because we all know our country western ladies like their products to be fringy, if you have not seen.
Plus, when they're wearing long dangly earrings, they can get it tangled up in the fringe when they're laying on the pillow.
Yeah.
It's a plus.
It's a plus. You can tangle your pillow. Alrighty. So, anyways, Denny will be finishing up. Oh, you actually have some things you need to tell them about, don't you?
I forgot what I needed to tell them.
You gotta tell them how to do this.
Okay.
And put it together.
Okay, yes, I'll do that after I get it laced. But yeah, this is...
You don't want to start with that?
Okay, I'll start with that.
All right, so for those of you that failed life and weren't here on Wednesday, wherever you guys were, in any case, Denny is doing a portfolio cover.
Yes.
Or a photo album cover, whatever you want to call it. All leather construction with the exception of 3 Chicago screw?
Yes, 3 Chicago.
And they're the 1/2-inch ones, right? But I suppose you could do whatever length you want.
Well, yeah.
For however size your portfolio is.
Wherever you get the inserts, they generally come with a Chicago screw and some extenders, you know, because you can put more than one set of inserts in there.
So what kind of inserts are you putting?
Well, I don't have any with me. Yes, I do. I do.
Well, those are what we sell, isn't it?
Yeah, not this one. Oh. Yeah, this is an extra long here.
And that comes with these?
Yeah, generally they do. And generally they make one little extender that screws on there and makes it a little longer.
Okay.
So every time you buy another pack of those inserts, you get an extender with it.
Gotcha. Yeah, so this isn't something that we sell, but you can probably find them like...
Hobby Lobby, someplace like that.
Okay, just
or
a hobby
Walmart,
store.
I think maybe have them.
Okay, or probably Amazon because they have everything. But anyways, you can go back, you can get the dimensions for the cover that we're doing. It is completely constructed with lace. So Denny buck stitched those sides there to hold in the liner. It is lined. We've got a pocket on this side, real nice. You got a rolled top edge there. It's not going anywhere, so we didn't have to put a stitch on it. But you could have buck stitched that too if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But you didn't need to.
It would have added a little bit of bulk.
Yeah, give it a little bit of a contrast.
Yeah.
Got your little, what did we decide that was called? His cartouche there in the corner. That's a funny word.
It can be misconstrued.
Hi, we're on live.
And you are too. Come in.
Anyways. Our light must not be on. In any case, so this is what we're working on. And yeah, isn't that sunflower beautiful? You did a good job. It's really, and like the flower center is really cool too. This one's
I
not
had
on.
to turn it on
Because we're in a weird
it's shooting at the floor.
spot. Where am I? Oh, I'm just right here. Here we go.
Hold on, I'll switch you back over there. There you go.
There we go. Yeah. No. Is it?
Yeah. It doesn't want to focus.
It doesn't want to focus on it. Maybe Tony will help us.
Hold on. Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
That kind of, there it goes. There it goes. Yeah, that flower center came out really fun. What do you remember what tool you used? Oh, I was going to tell you to bring your tools and I didn't do that.
I didn't, but I might go get them while you're
Okay.
explaining what you do here.
Okay. Yeah, Denny can go get you the tools that he used so that we can list all of the tools if anybody is interested in copying that beautiful sunflower. Anyways, so front and the back. Woo! The insides. Alrighty. And then,
Okay, and the way that I locate these holes for the Chicago screws,
Mm-hmm.
you just put a piece of notebook paper, a 3-ring notebook paper on there. And
Gotcha.
mark your holes.
and mark your holes and then you punch through just the one piece.
Yeah, just the one piece.
Just the one side.
I can't wait to watch that.
We punch just right there.
Never too soon.
Yeah.
That's better.
And I'll show you how it goes together after I get the other
Okay,
side
and
left.
then that all rolls together, so then you don't have any exposed hardware. Look how fancy that is. Shh, that's upside down. Schmancy. All right.
Okay. I'm glad you can't talk today.
Thanks, Denny. I did okay, right?
I'm just
I
joking.
did okay.
You're doing well.
Hey, has everybody seen our new mugs? Look, I decided to
I
grab
have
a mug
not.
this morning and check these out. Our new ceramic mugs, Springfield leather. I think you can get them on the website. Look how cute that is.
Wow.
And I love the, you know, like the custom. It looks like you got it at like a pottery place. Look, we have a new thingy for the Twitch people. It's like you gave up at the end.
Oh, well, never mind.
It was like my fifth date.
So that's Abigail is in the house today
Yeah.
for one of her very rare in-person appearances. But we decided to film that so that when she's not here, you guys can still get Abigail on screen and she can come sing at you about her mug and how she doesn't want to work. Which supposedly she worked all night last night, but I don't think she got much done.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so I clicked out, I have this beautiful white shearling that I cut today, and then, oh, this one had a fun back. All these shearlings have these really cool backs. And then I have this really pretty gray one. Look at that, look at this. And then I cut this really, I think that's brown. Oh, it's brown now that I'm in here.
Wow.
Well, I can't put,
Kind of curly,
I know.
short curly.
So this guy, I thought he was black, but he's not.
How's that look down there?
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. So I thought this one is just a really dark brown, so I might have to wait until I find a different. I guess maybe I could. No, I don't like. No. No. So yeah, I'll have to find a different. So I'll just make 2 pillows today, which is probably all I'm gonna get done anyways. Anyways, yeah. Oh, the shearling. If anybody doesn't know, these are just a tiny little, and they were little, but I was able to get, I think it's like a 16 by something. Yep, 16 by 12 is the piece that I cut. And this fits the Walmart travel pillow perfectly. Well, Joe, that's because you haven't been here since like May, I guess, because that's when I got it. It's been there for a while. Just go back and watch another couple of the
You aren't
videos.
even sore anymore.
No, it's all in there. It's been in there. But I'm glad that you could see it. That's why I put it there.
That's for Joe.
Joshua, side question. What is the difference between a resist and a finish? A resist goes on but before you finish.
I think you can use a resist for a finish.
Yes. So a resist is the part of the process that you are doing you are putting a finish on to resist the antique.
Yeah.
So a resist is what
Basically
it does.
a sealer. It seals the leather.
Yeah, so the resist is like, it's not necessarily a different product. It doesn't have to, I mean, they can. I mean, you could use two different products. You could use a specific product for your resist, like you could use the RTC resist for resisting, and then when you're done, you can use Masters Quick Shine for your final finish. But you could also use RTC resist as your finish.
As your finish.
So it's really...
Or Masters Quick Shine as your resist.
Or Masters Quick Shine, right, as your resist. So it's not necessarily a product, but it is the what it's doing in the process that you're performing.
Yeah.
Yeah, more of a descriptive word than a product specification.
Either one is basically just a sealer, though.
Right, correct, yeah.
You might start to play.
Crisis just developed that is taking my focus. Sorry, William. Do you need some help? Should we send a rescue crew to help you? Let's hear it. Yeah, yep, you're good, Josh. How many ounces is the mug? Tony? Ow. Okay,
16.
don't move like that.
It looks like
16 ounces is the mug.
Yep.
It's a good size. It's a decent, it's not too small.
If you go on their shop now, finished products, and then SLC merchandise, then you'll be able to find the cup right there, the first one, and its number is 369-401.
It sure is. I still have the tag on the bottom of
About
it.
4 inches tall, 16 ounces with blue with a white logo.
It's beautiful.
It's a really nice mug.
Yes.
It's a great mug.
Yep, each mug is a little bit different because they are handcrafted.
That's right. I love a good ceramic. I have so many ceramic mugs at home. It's like my favorite thing to do. Denny, I haven't brought it in yet, but when we went to Alaska for our cruise, we stopped in Vancouver before. And so on our way out, we were at the airport, and I'd been seeing this, this one specific Native American artist in a couple different locations as we had traveled. And so we're at the airport, and you know, we had a little bit of time. And so I was looking around, and he had a mug with a goose on it. And for those of you that have been around a while, so my nickname here at the store is Bird. I don't know, I guess I'm a little squawky. But at home, that's my nickname. Chris calls me Goose. And so, because I'm even squawkier at home, I guess. But, and so they had this Native American, and it was a very like finely detailed, like just kind of like a outline of a goose, and it's this little white mug. So anyway, so now I have a goose mug. I have a goose mug, and it's small. It's a little smaller than I would like. It doesn't quite give me the amount of beverage that I would prefer, but it's a very cute little mug, and I like it a lot. So, in any case, Andrea didn't know about the mugs. Let's see here. So, Jackie also had a side question. Have you guys ever thought about painting a square on the table so that you can know where the upper camera is pointing at? I should have read that first.
Yeah, the thing is,
Is we-
move the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We move the table, and then we move the cameras, because the cameras are not, this camera is stationary. We have one right here that is stationary, and then all of the other ones are on stands that move around the room, so they move with us.
Yeah, it depends on what we're doing.
And it depends on what we're, so I mean, yes, sometimes we do, like if we put our granite slab, sometimes we'll mark a little like this is where the camera is pointed on our granite slab. But
Yeah.
Tony also, like, we're not,
Plus,
Jackie,
I don't pay
we're not
any
like
attention
that.
to those marks anyhow.
There was an X on the table for a while, and then Denny decided that he'd put stain
Denny
on the
doesn't like
table
it.
instead.
Oh, yeah.
So he dumped his stain out everywhere. And now there's not a mark on the table anymore.
No, we wore it off.
I mean, we check the cameras, like the overhead, I make sure that where we're centered at is there. But it just kind of changes if Denny's off to the side or something like that.
Yeah, we're definitely here, Zero. I don't know
Cooking studio.
what's going on, but hopefully, yeah. Maybe, Michael, maybe since I did my video on Tuesday, everybody, the whole 30 people that were watching me went to their Walmarts and bought all the travel pillows.
Yeah, they're all gone.
And they're all gone. I have some of that gray shearling. Cool.
The lighting is a little bit bright. Well, the lighting is a little bit weird, so they're a little more forward than they normally are, so the lights are.
Oh yeah, they're more,
above them.
usually we're kind of here. Is that better?
Yeah.
Is this regular?
See, now they're all perfect.
But we're
You wouldn't
here,
think that 2 or
and the
3
lights
feet
are
would
here.
change anything, but it does.
It makes my forehead nice and shiny.
We're gonna get different lights. Once the studio's all set up, we got Liz's desk in here now.
Yeah.
With a computer on it. Once that all gets done, we're gonna change our overhead lights.
So are you working in here now?
So they'll be
That's my
adjustable.
computer. Yeah, I was complaining this morning that I was gonna have to go to my office all by myself and do my emails, and said, Tony said, I'm done listening to you complain. I'm getting your stuff in here. So he made Joe go get my computer and start bringing it in here.
Well, I was moving the desk, and I was like, Joe's like, give me help me move the desk, and I was like, I got it. I'll be fine to move the desk around the room a little bit. He's like, but you're back, and I was like, Joe, go get the computer.
Go get the computer right now.
He's like, but I want to help you, and I was like, you can help me by going to get the computer. He's like, all right.
Did it hurt his feelings?
No.
And so then we found, Tony and I were digging around looking for our live shopping stuff yesterday, and we found these. Like, I don't remember if it was pigskin or just, I don't know what it was, but it was kind of fun. So I clicked some of that, so I think I'm gonna put this on the back of my white pillow.
Nice.
Yeah, probably without French. But I want to do French ones, so I'm gonna start here. I don't know what I'm doing. right now,
Natasha has
guys.
a question. Do you think if we sent you a pattern of an old wallet, that we might be able to figure out what that pattern was, where it came from?
Where it came
Or
from?
help recreate it? I mean, or just like,
We might be able to recreate it, but where it came from probably is a moot point.
yeah.
I doubt that we could figure it out
The
without a
sewing
name
machine-
on it.
Kristen, the sewing machine is a class 20, so that's why the table's up and forward just a little bit, because it's a bigger machine, not a cylinder arm.
Oh yeah,
So the
yes.
table's a little bit longer.
I forgot. We got started here, and Terry stole my bobbin,
Yeah.
and I had to go find my bobbin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, she had loaned me hers on Tuesday, and then she just took it, instead of winding a new one, she just took it right out of the machine, which was kind of funny.
But even if you have a pattern or something like that, can't you just lay some tracing paper on it and use a pencil and trace around it?
To a point, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would try it.
If it don't work, then
Yeah.
you do something different.
And as long as she's not in a hurry,
Yeah.
because I'm pretty slow,
Yeah, we don't do
Maybe
it.
it's just you.
and it's just me.
Oh, yeah.
It's just Denny. He's the only one that works here.
No, he's a slow one. I mean, I've been slow all this week, so.
That's been pretty funny watching Tony try to get around this week. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, now it's you.
Yeah, now it's me.
Now it's you we're laughing
I
at.
just need to. Yeah, I don't understand. I had made some chili to take to my mom's tonight, and then I was doing the dishes, and I was talking to Chris because he's in Colorado right now buying rocks, which he said the rock show was really fun. He ran into Jerry Van Amberg, which those of you that know him, he's out there at the rock show. So if anybody's in Denver, they can go holler at Jerry. Anyways, and so we were talking, and so I was kind of just like looking this way and doing dishes, and I don't know what happened, but then I looked back this way, and that was it. That was done. It was over, and it was broken.
Your neck was broken.
It was broken.
Man, we got everybody coming in and resubscribing on Twitch. I was looking at YouTube for the membership type of thing, so we can put some fun little doodads on there.
Dad.
Yeah, everybody loves a good doodad. Just checking what you got going on over there, Liz.
Yeah, just making sure everything's happy.
Nice little shop there that Justin put together. I'll zoom right up on underneath there.
Oh wow, yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's a lot.
that's great.
It's
They can see.
tension looks good, guys. Tension
can
looks
see-
good.
every little mistake now.
Cool.
They can see them all.
It'll be perfect.
I'm always perfect. What are you talking about? I never mess up, ever. That's a big old fat lie. Okay.
She's back. And gone.
And on. I may have really overcut my panels this time. And make
You
sure.
get some big overlaps.
Yeah, but I mean, I can cut them down. I always, so like I have the die and I just kind of like hang it off the side and then I'm like, okay, I'll figure it out when I actually lay it out on the pillow.
Yeah.
And so. I got into a groove on Tuesday and.
Yeah, after you catch your stride, you know,
I know, you just
can
gotta
get
keep
motivated.
going. Now I gotta find my groove again.
Gotta get your mojo going.
On your front panel piece, how much bigger do you make it than the pillow form?
It's 2 inches smaller than the pillow form.
2 inches smaller than the pillow form.
Mm-hmm.
Why smaller?
Because otherwise your pillow's not gonna fill it up.
Not gonna fluff up?
Yeah, so this is,
Yeah.
oh, I threw it all away. So I have some 16-inch squares over there, and so I need to hand cut 14-inch panels to go on them because we don't have a die that's 14 inches, which is why I'm not filling it up. Yeah, so you want the form to be 2 inches smaller than, no, you want the pillow cover to be 2 inches smaller than the form. Because then otherwise you're gonna have like a pillow that's not, it doesn't have any body, it's just gonna be like flat.
Limp.
Yeah, nobody wants a limp pillow, that's
No.
silly. No. You want a nice, full, fluffy pillow.
Mark, it's a class 20, Cobra class 20.
Yeah, for those of you that are doing flat goods, that's the machine for you. If you're doing a mixture of flat and then some items that would be handy to have a cylinder arm, then the 26 is gonna be great because you can put a table on the 26 for when you want a flatbed, or you can take the table off and then have a post for when you want a cylinder arm. But the 20 doesn't give you that option, obviously. And then I think I discovered that like a 2 to 3 inch overlap would work pretty well to get the pillow in and out of, and it was quite nice. And then I do a 1/4 inch rolled seam with a 1/4 inch basting tape.
Hopefully that answers Mark's question, because then he followed up with, what's the difference between a 20 and a 26?
Yeah, they're the same machine. The 26 might have a teensy bit higher capacity than the class 20, like as far as the thickness that you can sew, but otherwise they have the same capacity. They will sew approximately up to, is it a 1/2 inch or is it?
Yeah, about a half
I
inch.
think it's about a 1/2 inch. This one I think is slightly under a 1/2 inch.
The main difference between them is just the foot lift height, I
Right.
believe. That's about the only thing that's different. As far as the machine works, I think they're the same.
Yeah. So it's really great. This is in our sewing room here where we make all of our wallet interiors and all of our small leather goods. They all run class 20s. So that's what they run. And then we used to run a little array of 3s and 4s, but we don't really make those products anymore. So we have a class 3 in our shop that we use to prototype with, but we really don't use it for production unless we're making the couple of conceal and carry belts that we make a month. Sounds like the 26 is better. Yes, the 26, if you're doing a variety of products, the
I'd say it's a
26.
little more versatile.
Correct. You have more it is the most popular machine. We are always, people more than likely will go with the 26 when they're buying, unless they're sewing like heavy duty stuff. If you're sewing holsters and heavy duty knife sheaths, the 26 is not going to be the machine that you want. Number one, the thread capacity isn't there, so you can't use those heavyweight threads that people like to use. This machine only goes up to 207 or 138.
Yeah, 207.
207. This machine and the 26 will sew up to a 207. So if you want anything higher than that, then you do have to go. But the 3s and the 4s, you can't go low. Like, they don't go light. They're only heavy duty machines.
Everything is advertised though differently, you know. They say that the 3 and the 4 can stitch a lightweight thread like a 69.
I mean, they can, but you have
It
to.
just doesn't do a nice, pretty job.
Yeah, the needle is so big that a 69 thread, even if you can find a size 21 needle, which is very difficult to find, we have problems finding them. the needle size is still so big that it just looks away. And then the tension, you really have to mess with the tension of the machine to get the stitch to look correct. And then once you get it to look good sewing a 69, going back to sewing your 207 is a lot of work. And if you're not a good sewing machine mechanic, you can really mess up your machine adjusting all those tensions back and forth and back and forth. And it's not ideal. Like, I can't say that enough. People are just like, oh yeah, I'll just figure it, and it's not as easy as you say, and you're more likely to do something to mess with the.
Right. Well, and everyone says, I just want to buy one machine. So what machine can I buy and do everything with? Well, I guess the 3 or the 4 you can pretty much do everything with, but it doesn't do everything well.
Correct.
But as far as versatility, probably the 26 or the 20 are probably the most versatile machines you could have.
Yeah, and what I tell people, and I feel like I've said this a million times, is choose the products that you make the most. Where is your money? Like, where do you make your money in your shop? And then you buy a machine for that. If you make one knife sheath a month, hand sew it.
Hand sew it, that's right.
If mostly what you're making is knife sheaths and then you make one wallet a month, buy the class 3 or the class 4 and then hand sew your one wallet. Like, there might be these times where you're gonna have to go back to that, but that's gonna be a specialty item that maybe you charge more for because it's not, or once you buy the machine, you're able to make things so much faster that you can justify those couple of items. And they don't have to be so much higher of a price point because like it's the turnaround time that you will have by purchasing a machine. Like, if you do go into business and this is what you do, a sewing machine will literally save you days in manufacturing.
Yeah.
Like, it just days, because hand sewing is only so fast. Like, it's so slow compared to machine stitching.
It's so fast.
It is so fast.
Is that S-O or S-E-W?
It is both.
Denny's working on the photo album that we did on Wednesday. He's double loop lace and that. And then Stephanie was asking about if we had a pattern for pillows, and no.
No, they're
Make your
2 inches smaller than your form.
2 inches smaller than your form, and you'll have nice body to your pillow.
Yeah.
There's your pattern.
And then the overlap, so all my pillows are just these tuck style. So this is what I'm making. I was talking to Tony the other day. If you make the inside tuck deep enough, you could put a button right here, and then you could put a buttonhole on the back if you wanted to secure it. You could even put a snap if you wanted. I don't think that it's necessary. Somebody was like, you could put your remote in there. Sure, whatever you want to do. This is the style of pillow that I'm making. So you just want to overlap this by approximately 2 inches. That way, the pucker is covered. So you've got this pucker that goes, and you don't want just a half an inch or an inch here, because you're going to be able to see inside of it. So you want to be able to like conceal the pucker enough.
Yeah, what's a good weight? Leather weight.
Probably like a 3 to 4. I mean, this is a 1 to 2. This is just pigskin. Actually, I could gauge that. Whatever feels good. So if it's a heavier leather but it's soft, yeah, this is 1 ounce, which was fine.
Yeah.
But this was an oil tan. I had them split it down to 3 to 4. So some are probably a 3 to 4, unless it's just like a super pliable heavy leather. But then that would be maybe starting to get a little bit difficult to work with.
So if you got an 8x8 form, you're gonna make a 6x6. That's your pattern.
That's your pattern.
If it's 14x7, you're gonna have
A 12x5.
We can all math. Let's see, I tried double sticky tape, but kept gooing up my needles when hand stitching.
It does that.
Yeah. I couldn't get it off by adding alcohol, but it added steps. Would a better quality tape fix that? It's just one of the problems.
Yeah, I don't prefer to use tape when I'm hand sewing. I prefer to glue.
Yeah.
Any material you would suggest not making pillows with?
Anything heavier than a 4 ounce?
Yeah.
I thought about grabbing some fabric, but you really have to roll all your edges when you're doing fabric, and I didn't want to do that. I also was, and I might still do this, I didn't have time this morning to get it together, but we've been selling a lot of ostrich legs on our live sales, and I want to put an ostrich leg down the center of the pillow and then sew on, we were talking about maybe one of the printed leathers on either side of the ostrich with the ostrich in the middle and then doing the tuck on the back, which I thought would be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can use exotics. I've been doing a lot of hair on.
Well, anything that doesn't have a lot of stiff body to it.
Yeah, you want it to be, think about what you want to lay on when you want to lay on a pillow.
We had those back straps for a while. That'd be pretty cool to put something on either side of that. It would just be a decorative one. You're not going to lay up against it.
Yeah. Yeah, you could wrap it around, I suppose, and then it could come and you could just like glue it down.
Yeah.
Or rivet it. Those are terrible to sew through because they still got the bone in them. Ugh.
Probably going to have to do that on a heavier machine.
Yeah, that would be a class 4 situation.
Or have somebody else make it for you. And then you don't have to worry about it.
Precisely. And I'm not even gluing these pillows. I glued one of them on Tuesday and then I discovered that was silly. And so now I'm just using clippies, but I do need to put my fringe in. Don't forget to put the fringe inside your pillow. So all pillows, you sew everything inside out and then you flip it.
That's another reason to use a lightweight and real pliable.
Yes, because you have to flip it. So we are going to cut here.
We can move those clips out of the way there.
No. Put that there. And I'm only putting fringe on the inside. Is this my other panel? Yes. If anybody, we do cut fringe here, so we have the capacity to cut up to 6 inches. Like this is the most fringe that we will cut for you. You can choose whatever your topper length is. Just if anybody is curious, because fringe does take forever unless you're Denny, and he's magic at it, so he goes really fast. But you buy your leather, and then it's $6 per linear foot that we cut for you. So you will say, okay, I need 15 linear feet of fringe. So we will charge you for whatever leather it takes to get that linear footage cut from it. And then we will take it over to our friender. You tell us how much of a topper you want, which is this amount. So how much you need to be able to sew. I said I need about 3/4 of an inch. So that's what they gave me. You could do 2 inches. You could do whatever. And then we can fringe up to 6 inches. So you could have 2-inch fringe if you wanted, which would be a super cute little tassel. Or you can get up to 6 inches. And then we just want to make sure that all of our little fringes are tucked in here because I don't want to sew any of them. And then we're going to put these ones over here. Fringe is one of my...
Ian was asking about Twitch when we stream on Twitch. We're on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook all right now, but there's a little bit extra sometimes on Twitch.
This might be the only time when it would be handy to do something, but I'm still not.
Oh, as far as cement?
Yeah, like gluing these 2 pieces together, but it'll be fine. Everything goes in.
You know, as far as the double-sided tape getting sticky when you're making your needles sticky, it does. I still do it. I use it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit disconcerting, but you can still do it. I do it all the time.
How do you think that soft-tastic would be? That's the soft...
The sophistic?
No, I mean, what's that soft veg we got?
The sophistic.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure, that.
Like the lambskin veg?
Yeah, that really soft.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. The soft-tastic.
Have to be at home so she can giggle quietly there, or as loud as she wants. How distracting you are when you just giggle all the time.
I will say, guys, that hair on is not my favorite thing to work with.
Yeah. Because you can't cement
You
that.
can't, yeah, it's real. I was trimming, well, and even so when I did these little shearling pillows, I took my scissors and I trimmed as much into the seam, like, and if you had like hair clippers, you could kind of buzz it off. But I did that just so I could, because it's a decent pile and that was going to be really annoying.
Clip chunks of your friends together to keep from getting them sewn.
Oh, I might do that once I have everything put in place here. And since you're sewing it inside out, it's pretty forgiving.
Everybody's pretty quiet today.
That's the nice thing about stitching something inside out like that, is you don't have to be quite as perfect as you do when you have an exposed
Yeah,
stitch line.
yeah.
Michael, if you send an email to live@Springfield Leather, then you get Liz and I. Comes to us both.
Michael, don't you have our email addresses anyways?
Pretty much everybody here, it's their name, except for me.
I mean, it is your name.
It is my name, it's just not what everybody calls me.
It's mine too, but I never.
Yeah, don't email Denny. He's not going to answer.
Yeah.
You can email Denny, but good luck. I mean, when you text Denny, good luck. He may or may not answer. At least I can. I know that he'll read it, but he may not respond.
My wife was having trouble with her phone the other day, and it just quit. She had no phone service, no internet service, nothing. And
Did you fix it
I
for her?
said, no. Kinda, I took her somewhere to get it fixed. But I said, we paid the bill, surely they didn't just shut you off. But we went to the place, and...
Is it the AT&T place?
Yes.
Oh, that's I hate going to that place.
Yeah, well, we went to the one over on Kearney Street,
Okay.
over on Kansas Expressway,
Yeah.
just north of Kearney.
That's the better.
Yeah.
No,
That's
Can you-
the main office.
you go to the
main
ghetto?
store.
And it's
well,
better?
So if we're gonna talk about AT&T.
The ghetto.
If you go to make sure that it doesn't say authorized reseller. Make
Yeah.
sure you're going to an actual AT&T
Yeah.
store, because those other ones, they work off commissions and everything like that. Well, most of them do anyway. But the other reseller ones, they'll try to sell
Well-
you anything that they can.
Anyway, we got there, and my wife started trying to explain what happened, and he said, okay, well, I need your driver's license so I can substantiate who you are. And of course, I drove, and my wife didn't even bring her purse.
Oh,
And she says, I don't have it. And he said, well, I can't do anything. And I said, the phone is right here.
can you please just look at
So
it?
he took the cover off and took the SIM card out and put the SIM card back in, and it worked.
Well, there
The
you go.
SIM card was just loose. I've never heard of that before. The SIM card coming loose, have you?
No, I haven't.
No.
It
But
did.
we did the whole thing that we did. It's like turning it off and turning it back on again.
Yeah.
Or turning it off, unplugging
That
it.
is the most you can turn a cell phone off, is to take the SIM card out. Like that's
That's as off as you can
that's
do
as
it.
off as it gets. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so life was good again.
Oh, good. Oh. Well, now you're not anymore. Luna was all turned up upside down. Like, all dogs should be like this.
Yeah.
All right.
Little does she know all dogs are like that. Huh, Luna? Things are a little different out in the shop now because Tommy's not there and his normal
know.
shop dog doesn't come around anymore.
No, Opal. She's like the only dog that Luna liked, too. Luna's very picky about her dog companions.
Hey, we're still in the skunk business too.
Are ya?
Yeah, we've
Oh,
got 3 now.
Kydex. Oh, you're still in the skunk business.
Yes,
I thought you got rid of them.
got rid of one. Then we got another one, got rid of it. Then we got another one, got rid of it.
Look at you go.
We're getting really good at it though.
You sure are in the skunk business.
Everybody says, why don't you just shoot him? I thought, yeah, shoot it in a live trap there in your yard.
In the middle of the town.
Yeah.
Molly says, I
Well-
can't believe Liz is using a sewing machine and not complaining about it. Just wait.
I don't really complain. This machine's been good to me, guys. Me and
Getting along well?
yeah, me and this machine don't have any qualms. It did stab me in the finger when I was trying to put the bobbin in earlier, but I think I really only have myself to blame. So
It was operator error.
yeah, that was all me. Ruh-roh, I think I gotta. Well, that fringe just may need a trim job because I think he's in my stitch.
Did you ever get any hair on skunk?
We have?
We have had, and they do still stink a little bit.
Yeah, but they are beautiful skins.
They are real nice.
Hey, Darylyn. Darylyn says she's late, but.
Hi, Darylyn.
Mike Taylor says, what would you recommend for sewing patches on hats? A patch machine.
Or the 26.
The 26 does it. Mm-hmm. The 3 will do it.
Yeah.
Shoe patch machine is probably the best, though.
Liz is using a class 20. We should make a little text whenever we switch to the camera. This is a class 20.
Yeah,
You people pop in and out all the time. I don't blame them for asking because we don't go over it every time.
plus they see that thing working so smooth.
And they're like, I need one of those.
I-
Robert
have
S.
that.
says, on the class 26 machine, I see an EPS option. Please explain. Electronic needle position.
Yeah, so what I typically will tell people is an EPS motor, so it's the motor. It is really, you're really only going to see the benefits of buying the EPS motor if you are in production making the same thing all the time, because then you can set it to do what you're doing more efficiently. But otherwise, if you're just making a whole bunch of miscellaneous stuff and you're not really doing the same thing all the time, I don't feel like it's worth the extra money. And also, we've used like a couple, like when we first started carrying them, we got one in and Jim installed it on one of our machines and he used it. And he said that he felt like it ran slower than the regular motor. I don't know how true that is. That was just what Jim felt like, and he didn't really particularly care for it. But we've always just used the regular motor that comes with the machine. So once again, to like take that with a grain of salt, that we are a little bit biased to how these machines run. We know how they run. We're used to them, or like this motor specifically.
Well, it's just like you were saying, unless you're doing production work, like if you're stitching this line
All the time.
over and over and over, you just set that thing under there and let her rip and then take your foot off the pedal and it stops right
Yeah,
there.
I do.
right?
Yeah, you can set it for how many stitches you need to do. We play with it a little bit, but not a lot. But yeah, it is meant for production, to make production easier. So that's, for me, with the motors, the more complicated they get, the more problems they can have.
That's exactly right. Well, that's something that
Don't
most
fix it if it
people,
ain't broken.
a lot of people think, well, I want another whistle and another bell on this machine, but that's
It's just
something
another
else.
whistle and bell to break.
Yes, something else to go wrong and to confuse you.
They are fine though. I mean, we've sold a handful of them. If it's your first machine and you are just making, I wouldn't recommend it. If like this is your first sewing machine and you're just getting into it and you're not doing production, it's not a necessary investment. You can always upgrade to the EPS motor. You can buy it separately. It's a couple $100 and you can put it on if you want it, but
Oh. I need to go to Ryan and have him scan me in the pattern for that wash band.
it should just already be a file.
I think I might have a copy of it out there.
There should be a file somewhere.
Yeah,
Do they use Teams?
I don't know.
Cool.
I don't use Teams. I might start if I'm in here. But if I'm in here, then I don't need it, because
Be a little bit late to start your Teams now when I'm asking you live shopping questions.
Yeah.
Hey, have you done this? Have you done that? I'll probably just use my voice.
cool.
Yeah.
Liz, I haven't mentioned today how much I'm starting to like this green.
Oh, you haven't. You told me yesterday.
Yeah, but I even like it better.
All right, for everybody that was here on Wednesday, what do we think about the green? Denny and I both are digging the green. Is everybody? Oh. Oh, that's too close. Here, you give him his shot. Okay.
Maybe that one?
Yeah, there we go. Does everybody love the green? Oh, Denny, what are you doing? You're right.
That's what I'm doing. I'm having you do it.
Does everybody love that green? I love that green.
I love that green. Here's one that's
I think
done.
it's gonna look real good. Just a little flare,
I think it's
little
beautiful.
color flare on there.
At first I thought, well, that's gonna be kind of outrageous, but it's not so.
No,
It's not so
yeah.
bright that
It's like, it's like a tree in the forest. You've got the bark,
Yeah.
and then you've got the foliage.
it's a good green. It's called
Fern.
fern. It's kangaroo fern.
I'm gonna have to take one of those other pillows out of their pillowcases and put it in here when I get done so we can all see how pretty the fringe is.
And Jessica says, I thought we went with brown.
We didn't.
We did go with a brown, it's just got a very green tint.
A very green look
Yeah, like
to it.
it's fern brown.
We almost did, and then Denny was like, I think we should try that green, Liz. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna fight you if you really want to.
Everybody likes the green. Except for Troy. He says a distraction from tooling.
If he was here, he would love it.
If you could just see it closer, Troy,
Yeah.
you'd take that back.
I can get you a closer.
Person to person is different than on the big screen,
Yeah.
The big screen of life.
the big screen of life, yes.
Well, I think it goes to, like, even with somebody hand stitches, whether they want to, you want your thread to be prominent or not. What is somebody going to sew with a black leather project? Are you going to sew with white or black thread? Or red? Or green?
Oh, that reminds me. I need to respond to somebody on Instagram. Whoops.
You know what we should do with this one? We should send it to Herman Oak. This is going to be like Herman Oak's color.
Oh, it is Herman Oak's colors.
Oh, it is?
And it's Herman Oak's leather.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much their green.
Then I can get a hoodie out of them, size medium, Rory.
Well, I probably ought to have one too.
All right. We need an XL and a medium.
Rorik,
I don't think he's watching.
I'll text him. He does say that sometimes they'll put our videos on in their break room,
Oh, really?
Mhm.
That's fun.
and then they'll just play. It makes me happy.
We should send it to Chevy and he'll send us a hoodie.
Yeah, I like contrast stitching too. And that's what reminded me. So I made a knife sheath one time, and it was a black knife sheath with a green snake inlay, and then I stitched it in red because the knife had green handles, like green scales, and then red liners.
Oh, yeah.
And so everything was double stitched. So I had a red stitch, I think, on the inside, and then a black stitch overall.
Nice.
It was pretty snazzy. It was pretty good. I was pleased with it when it came out. And of course, my belt loop had a little green snake in it because, God, I probably should have pulled my fringe in a little bit, but that's fine. Chevy, I like how you said that in third person. Should send it to Chevy and he'll give you a hoodie.
Not only did he want the photo case, he wants it in third person. Any thoughts on needle size or brand?
We sell Schmidt's. They're a good brand. And then as far as needle size, you need to match whatever thread and needle and thickness of leather you're going through. So the lighter weight the leather, the smaller the needle, even if you wanted to use a heavier, okay, so everything has ranges, and I'm pretty sure we have charts on the website, in the catalog, and then probably on retail. So there are ranges. So like each size thread will fit in 2 needles, I think, or maybe each needle will accommodate 2 sizes of thread, whichever way it works. But then you want to make sure that like if you're using a lighter weight leather for this whatever combination of needle and thread you have, like I would go down a size in needle, or if the leather is really firm. So if the leather is really firm and dense, if you're sewing vegetable tan leather together versus upholstery leather together, you might want a bigger needle with the veg tan than with the upholstery, because the needle has to go through and the leather's not stretching and you want that knot. So it's all dependent on exactly what you're doing.
I gotta go find Robert. He says he's in the storefront with his mom.
Oh.
Hopefully he means our storefront and not just some other random storefront. Robert,
Redford?
Stanton.
oh. No, what's his name up there? What's it?
Guy.
Robert Guy. Is that Robert Guy? It's that Robert Guy.
Did you want me to go, or you got it?
No, I'm just crawling here on the floor. Oh, don't do that.
Well, you're well
I have
enough,
to.
you're well enough that you aren't standing.
Tony's fine. He's good.
Good, I'm upright again. What cameras am I on?
The main one.
Oh, good. Now they're gonna play Wackatoni and I can't hit it because I'm not
Whack it.
over there to do it because
Nobody whack a Tony right now.
the web socket is not right.
Oh, website.
Oh,
Yeah, pesky website.
Have you made a pill-on with goat hair on? No, I have not made one with goat hair on, but it would probably work just fine.
I did something with goat hair a while
Yeah, you did
back.
the purse. It's,
Oh, yeah, that one with the stripe down the middle. Yeah.
alrighty, we're gonna take this pillow out. Maybe we'll take this pillow out. See if I can get it out after I got it in. It's fine, Troy. Listen, we all have our opinions, and this is just an opinion. And I'm sure the maroon would have been beautiful, and it's
Maroon lace.
yeah,
It would
yeah.
have been.
I mean, once again, these are all just design choices that we each have to make with ourselves and our clients. So our clients just happen to be ourselves.
You need to make one.
We are our own clients.
You need to make one and lace it with that color.
Yeah,
You can't do everything in one project.
that is correct. So let's see here. So Wayne asked, what size thread do I build my sheaths with? I've got some of our all thread. It kind of depends on the color. I've got a couple different colors of thread from here and there. I have some of our all thread like I used the other day to sew up the watch band. I think I've got that in a black and a brown. And then I have a couple of spools of the rhino thread in the larger one. I like a good big stitch line. I typically don't make very small sheaths. Usually my sheaths are pretty large, and then I'm going through, whatever ridiculous thickness of leather. So I typically will use a decently heavy thread. Hello! Oh, watch out for the dog. Just don't look at her.
Luna,
Yeah, don't look at her, and she's fine. Just
Hello.
pretend she's not there.
go lay down. Go lay down.
But yeah, so just a heavy waxed thread is what I use.
I
Hi!
found Robert and his mom.
Got Robert.
She was coming to get a $100 box.
Nice. Do we have any ready?
You're not gonna get by me. I'm gonna block you.
Stop it.
It's okay, we don't mind dogs.
Hey,
She just will
she doesn't
growl a little
she
bit.
doesn't
and-
like new people. Stop.
Thanks, Tony. We're just over here doing some stuff. Oh, I think Denny's finished.
Just about.
Oh, you had to splice.
Yeah.
2 inches from the end and we got to splice, of course.
Hey,
That's
knock it
like
off.
you need to learn to keep from a wall.
Molly, I don't think it would smell like goat. It's gonna smell like tanning chemicals at the worst.
Hey,
All goats don't smell bad anyway.
you think you're
I've
gonna?
never really smelled a goat.
Oh, my mom has some behind her house.
Yeah.
And we'll be in the pool on the deck, like up by the house. And so it's probably another, 30 yards to the back fence. And when they come up there, you can smell them.
Do they smell great?
Those old nasty billy goats. are the
Oh, yeah,
ones
that's
that
what they
smell.
are. Oh,
The little nanny
Heinous.
goats don't smell bad.
yeah.
There's goats when I'm driving out to my sister's. There's like the people that live kind of on the front of their little road that they live on out in Republic has some goats. I don't know. They seem fine.
Go lay down.
Come here.
Goats are supposed to be good property now. Especially those meat goats. A lot of people are raising those. Yeah, boar goats.
Look at that. Fringy pillow.
Beautiful.
Look, she knows how to get through holes. She's not as dumb as she looks, guys. If you smelled it, you'll never forget it. Denny, do you ever use... Sorry. Do you ever use saddle soap? But there's more, but that's just the first part where I'm gonna stop. Anyways, do you ever use saddle soap when casing or wetting leather before carving?
No, I've heard of people that do. I've heard of if you put like.
I do. I think we sell. There's a Be Natural product that is it's like a
Carvies.
Yeah. That I think Kevin's Be Natural. We love you and you make great products. But Kevin does say he's like I think it's just dish soap and some water. But you can add to your stuff.
Well, it probably, all products are just
Something.
some stuff put together.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm happy with that. It came out pretty
But
good.
I think the quality, the type of leather that you're trying to carve has a lot to do with.
That's right. If you're not using Herman Oak, you're just wasting your time. I'm just
So if you
kidding.
skip to this part in the video and you're like, hey, where's the pattern for this? 2 inches smaller than your pillow form.
Oh yeah, so if you're making pillows and you have a pillow form, just make it 2 inches smaller than your pillow form and you will have a nice, full, beautiful pillow. If you make it the same size as your pillow form, you're gonna have a sad, flat pillow.
So what if I have a pillow form that's 2 by 2?
Then that's ridiculous and you should just like hand sew like your
Then you
little
just
Barbie
take it back
pillow.
because you can't make a.
Yeah, that's for your Barbie house and Barbie doesn't care what her pillows look like.
Oh, she wants fringe.
She wants fringe.
Is that overall or 2 inches in?
So if it's 14 by 14.
Just 2 inches in, so not overall. So you don't want to take it out 4 inches. It's like an inch off of each side.
Yep.
Yeah,
So if you got a 14 by 14 pillow, you're gonna make a 12 by 12.
a 12 by 12, yeah. Which I did some of those last week over there,
Yeah.
or earlier. From each, no, not each side, just 2 inches overall.
$100 box? You wanna hang out for a little bit? Hang out for a little bit? Or $100 box? You tell me.
We already paid for our stuff. So.
Oh, you already paid for your stuff? Okay.
No, I gotta pay for that box.
You didn't
Oh, okay.
wanna, seat?
Goat chops taste so much better than pork chops. Really?
Goat
Tony,
chop.
do you wanna?
Oh, I watched Denny's videos. Pretty religious thing.
Oh my goodness. So Mark gave us the reason that the billy goats smell so bad. They pee on their faces so that they smell better for the girl goats.
That's some pretty good talent.
That's terrible. Anyways.
I've never been able to accomplish that myself.
The live video refreshed when you were answering the question if Denny prepped the lace with saddle soap before he's working.
Not this kangaroo, I don't.
Okay.
If it was a stiff lace, I would.
Yeah. Like Spencer will prep his lace with black rock before he goes to like braid things. But that's not, I don't think that that's as necessary. I mean, you could totally prep it with saddle soap if you want to.
Sure.
Yeah, put saddle soap on everything. Luna, stop it. Come here. Come on. Come on. Sit. Thank you. Shh. Where's Captain No Fun? He's not in our room anymore, so he's not here to make fun of.
The studio got switched around, so.
Yeah, he's behind this wall. So there's this wall, and then there's a hallway to an exit, and then there's another wall, and he's on that side.
Yeah.
Captain No Fun.
We should have him come.
Well, he'll have to make surprise appearances, and I'm sure he'll still do some Twitch after parties
Yeah.
from time to time.
Pardon my noise here.
Is there a seam allowance on that, or does a 1 inch? Yeah, I just count 4. I suppose you could go a little bit bigger. I mean, this pillow, let's see, for the 12 by 12s, or for the 14 by 14 inch pillow forms, I cut a 12 by 12 inch thing, and then I sew approximately a 1/4 inch around. You really have to sew in a little bit farther than maybe you want to, especially with the hair on, to make sure that you catch everything. And sometimes, like on these skins, the back of the hide can be rather thin, and so I don't like to sew less than a 1/4 inch, just in case the actual leather part behind the hair is fragile. So that gives me far enough in that you can really like push the pillow in, because they do have a little bit of tension on them. So I just, the 2 inches taken off the overall dimension seems to account quite well for at least a 1/4 inch seam allowance.
No. No.
Luna, come here. She's probably okay. She might just growl, but she won't do anything.
She desperately wants somebody to throw that football.
No,
No, she just wants to hold it. You know, she mutes herself, so thank goodness she'll put something in her face so that she can growl at you, but not, but like safely. See, yeah, just don't look at her. Just don't. She's weird. Yeah, go follow Captain No Fun over at the Spectral Void.
Go.
Molly, I wish sometimes I think having a goat or two might be fun, but we have 5 dogs and that's all I can handle. But maybe one day when I do want to get rid of the brush that I have piled up, maybe I will get some goats, because I can't seem to hire anybody to take my brush away. I don't know. We've tried so many times to like find some maintenance, like yard maintenance workers, and we did one time. Somebody came out and took 2 loads of my brush piles away, and then they never came back. So I don't know. I got nothing, but I do have piles of bamboo and brush in my yard. Alrighty. Anything else? What do you guys think about the Sailrite leather sewing machines? We actually used to sell those for quite some time. I think their manufacturing got to the point where they couldn't keep up well with third-party vendors. But the Sailrites, they work well for lightweight things. So, like the Sailrite is pretty similar to the 318, the high lead 318 that we sell. And it will, if you're working with like lighter weight leathers, if you're making wallets, like that would be fine. They're small but compact. They're transportable. So if you do shows and things like that, and you want to do custom stuff on the fly for people, they work well. We sold them to prisons for a long time because they could run them manually and they were affordable and portable. Yeah. So they do well. You can't sew anything super heavy on them. Build a fort with the bamboo. I already have a fort made out of vines and mulberry trees.
Can we show the inside center of Denny's project?
Yeah. So in the video on Wednesday, we talked about this fold line and the measurements of it. So go back and check that out if you're curious. But then Denny, what did you say that you used to punch these holes?
I just took a sheet of notebook paper, a 3-ring binder.
Okay.
Like a spiral notebook.
Yeah.
And laid it on there to space the holes out.
Okay, so he just used your comment, or shoot, you could just use one of these pieces of thing and lay them out there. Whatever it is that you're gonna put in there, mark your holes, and then punch a hole through this second, I guess it's the second fold if you're going from this way, it's the first fold if you're going from the inside, whichever way. This one right here, you punch your 3 holes, and then you install your Chicago screws into those holes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Michael, I don't know anything about bamboo except for that I want it dead. And it's hard to kill. Luna. Come here. I'm gonna lock that back door and I'm gonna put you on the patio.
Oh, we do have a patio now.
Yeah, we have the little area and we've got that gate. I don't know if she could squeeze through it, but she'd probably stay out there. Come on, Denny. You got this.
I do. Eventually I have it. Just about that. I can get the last one. Now This just folds over like that. Chicago screws, I've got her too long for just this one.
Oh yeah, you gotta put more papers in it. Luna. Stop.
Somebody wanted to redeem the Luna tree. We got Luna a tree. There's not 2 people in for her to growl at.
There we go.
Would the Sailrite handle the knife sheath kits I got from SLC? Probably not. I wouldn't know. Like thin upholstery leathers, that kind of thing, is what I would stick with the Sailrite. So.
Love that.
I know. Look at this. So gray is my favorite color when it's not green.
Great.
They go great together though.
Yeah.
In any case. So look, I made a pillow and you finished a portfolio. Look at that. This right there.
Oh, here.
Thanks.
I like the green. I think it'd be perfect to send to Herman Oak. Did you have plans for it?
No,
Oh, good.
I made it just for Herman Oak.
Just
If I
for
was
them.
doing it over, I would have probably put a HO on it somewhere.
I'm sure they need it for their conference room table.
They do.
They could put pictures of Shep's dog in it. What's her name? I forget her name. She's a cute little white dog. He carries her around.
Good. If you took another piece of leather, Denny, and went
Luna.
that way on your Chicago screws to cover up that spine.
Yeah, I've seen people do that.
Yeah.
Put HO on that. Or Herman, I
There
could
you
just
go.
put Herman Oak.
Put Herman Oak all the way down and we'll just put a spine on it. Oh, it's perfect.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah, I'll get a few more inserts
Yeah.
put in there too. Yeah,
Well, alrighty. Look at that. We made it in an hour.
we did it.
Look at us go. We didn't over talk this time.
We started off with a half a Denny and we got him moved 3/4 of the way on the screen.
That's right. He's pretty much in screen.
I want to stay out of the way here.
Yeah.
That's not your job though. Your job is to
My
be
job
on
is
screen.
To be in the way.
Yeah. I kind of want
Okay,
to
I
braid all
have to
these.
learn my job, don't I?
Yeah, you got to work on that.
And we have, if
Oh.
you are going to, we have this tooling pattern that you could.
Did you draw it out on paper?
He sure did.
I did. That's how I got it on here.
All right.
So Tony will be a deer and he'll scan in Denny's hand drawings of his tooling patterns and we'll put them up on the video so that way if anybody wants to download them you can do that. So these people are like, yes, please. Yes, do that. So our Mo Chicago shoes number 5 is just various links. Jackie, I don't know the answer to that. We just carry a Chicago screw and I have never...
We have Chicago screws. They're all basically the same size except for some of the smaller conchos have those little tiny Chicago screws on them.
Yeah, but those aren't Chicago screws. Those are conchos. I don't know, Jackie. Well, she's just saying
yeah.
like it's a number. So like the post is like the number 12 and the number 9 copper rivets.
No, they're all the same.
They're all the
Yeah.
same.
They come in different lengths.
Yeah.
The post lengths are different.
That's a good.
And you can also
I've never been asked that question before.
You can also go to a hardware store and get them. They're usually made out of aluminum, the ones you get at a hardware store. And they come in different, really long lengths.
Yeah, and then we also sell what we call a key ring, which is a narrow post that you can put on your keys.
Yeah, a key post.
A key post, but it works the same as Chicago screw. It just has, I think, fancier ends, and then it's a narrower post.
Yeah.
So, but we don't actually refer to them by specific size, and that's interesting. I never really thought. I mean, I know that there are different sizes,
Yeah,
but we don't carry
Chicago
them.
screws themselves, I've never seen it other than just the one size.
Yeah. So, alrighty. Anything? What happened to the wristband he was going to put out?
They probably mean the watch band.
Tony's still working on it.
I'll do it today.
Yeah, we'll get
Nothing
that.
happened to it. That's the problem.
We've been in a little bit of disarray in here, moving around, and so that's taken up a little bit of our time.
Plus, half of you people are gimpy today.
What?
Yeah, we're all
Yesterday.
gimpy.
I got her back. Liz now has a hurt neck.
If it gets worse, I'm going home.
Abigail's.
Abigail's here.
Hey!
Alrighty, folks. Well, it has been a lot of fun. Hopefully, everybody has a fantastic weekend. We will be back next week with something. What are we doing next week?
I don't know, what are we doing?
We're gonna do things.
We're gonna
It's a
do stuff and
surprise.
things. We really need to do our video schedule. That's what we need to do.
Yep.
So I stopped bothering you.
Alrighty, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Everybody be safe, and we will see you next week.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.